Thank you. Moving on to our fourth question. As a board member, would you be willing to uphold the NJDOE mandates as well as support the corresponding administrative decisions, recommendations, even if you don't personally agree? Matthew West.
Well, I guess we have to see what happens tomorrow night after the vote, but assuming all goes in a certain direction, as a future board member, with what's been put out there with the administration as far as providing parent choice and whatnot, I'm not a fan of it in village school, but at the same time, I think the administration has handled this very well. That being said, if things go in a direction of a more radical approach, I've got a 4-year-old daughter. We all have children. If it gets a little out of hand, then I'm going to be the first to get out there to defend them and do whatever we have to, just to make sure the content is appropriate and that the appropriate pushback from hopefully as well as a legal aspect can be the best way, or we just storm Trenton. Thank you.
Thank you. Jeff Mann.
So as a member of the Board of Ed, I feel we are buffers or a line of defense for our parents and children. So I'm personally flexible in a lot of ways. However, when it comes to our children, I can't get behind something that I'm morally opposed to. So regardless of the source. So in that situation, I'd have to look for alternative options. I wouldn't uphold mandates that I'm morally opposed to. Thank you.
Thank you. Joanne Lamb.
Thank you. Yes, as a Board of Ed member, the role is to follow the law and the guidelines, even if the Board of Ed member does not personally agree with New Jersey DOE mandates. We believe the focus of the Board of Ed is to ensure that all of our children get the best education possible, but whenever possible, Matt, Alicia, and I support empowering parents with the choice to decide what's best for their own families. Thank you.
Thank you. Deborah Wilson.
Thank you. Yes, of course. I feel like that's what I'm signing up for as being part of the Board of Ed, is to uphold the law and the mandates from the Department of Ed. That being said, if there's something that comes up that the community or the stakeholders in general or the school district has strong feelings about, there are definitely there's ways to handle that while following those mandates and following those laws. And I would support us to, go to the New Jersey DOE and voice our opinions. But yes, I think we need to follow the mandates as Board of Ed members. Thank you.
Thank you. John Buckley.
The question in my mind is a very open-ended one. I don't feel comfortable answering in the affirmative that, I would uphold those mandates. What I will say is that, I'm joining the board to be an advocate for parents and students' rights, and, would basically act as their advocate on the board. I want to understand what their preference is, before committing to that sort of protocol.
Thank you. Elizabeth Urbanski.
When joining the board, we swear an oath to follow the Constitution and laws of the state of New Jersey, which includes DOE mandates, as outlined in the Code and Ethics of the School Board. The education standards are general guidelines, and within these standards, there's room for some variation in the implementation of the curriculum. But this is solely the administration's responsibility. The board's role is to provide policy guidance to the administration in terms of broad goals of the curriculum and approves a curriculum that is developed by the administration. We are not educational experts. We hire the superintendent to be the expert, and Dr. Cascone in turn oversees his expert team. Our community contains many points of view, but the DOE is controlled by the governor, and it is the role of our elected representatives, not the school board, to advocate for the community. I seek to maintain a nonpartisan role on the board.
Thank you. Christian Demare.
With everything I do in life, I'll always stand for what I believe in. I do recognize I'll be one of 9 board members, if elected, that will work together with the administration to make the best decisions for our entire community. I will be an advocate for Holmdel families, parental choice, and stand behind what we feel is best for our children. And I'll make sure that members of our communities have a voice and a supporter on the BOE. If we're speaking specifically of the new sex ed mandate, I do support the opt-in and taking the most conservative approach. But we do really need to learn more about what the specific material is that they're going to be utilizing to teach our students. And we should stand up as parents and not have things dictated to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Last but not least, Alicia Unazan.
Thank you. So here's the thing. The BOE's role is to follow the law and the guidelines. By getting myself up here, the 9 of us, the 8 of us are going to join the others on the Board of Education. As Ms. Urbanski has let us know, there is some room for variation, but that is really the administration's role. By opting to join this Board of Education, I am saying that I am going to uphold the NJDOE mandates. So yes, we believe the focus of the BOE is to ensure that all of our kids get the best education as possible and also follow the NJDOE mandates. Thank you very much.